Buddy, Cleetus, we're live. We're live.
Okay, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Cleetus News Network with your host, Mr. Cletus P. Twatwaffle. That's me. I hope everybody is having an amazing Thursday, and we are going to cover a lot of news tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. Welcome to the Cleetus News Network. It is the network for people who want to, that's right, make America great again. I mean, come on now. Who doesn't want to make America great again? All right, let's dive in. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Boy, I mean, is he a lame duck yet? I think he's a lame duck. Yeah, there you go. He has assured drivers in his state that they will not be held liable if they hit protesters blocking roadways when they are fearful for their lives. Quote, if you are driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have the right to flee for your safety. So if you drive off and hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. I don't know what impinging means, but it sounds bad. That ain't no good. You don't have to sit there and be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your, okay, there you go. Not let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have the right to defend yourself. Well, there you go. That's good. That sounds good. Okay, next story. 6 in 10 Americans say military parade is not a good use of government money. Ain't nobody got time for that kind of negativity. Now we have, one of my favorite news outlets, Babylon Bee. We got a lot of Babylon Bee stories in here. I love Babylon Bee. They're such a wonderful news outlet. Boy, howdy, I can't even tell you. Gavin Newsom says it is his duty to represent the illegal immigrants who elected him. Boy, at least he's saying it out loud. I mean, come on now. From Los Angeles, California, in defense against the mounting criticism from across the country over his response to violent anti-ICE riots, California Governor Gavin Newsom said it is his duty to represent the illegal immigrants who elected him. Quote, I have a responsibility to serve the people who voted for me when they weren't here legally and were not legally allowed to do so. A defiant Newsom told reporters, this is America, a land of freedom and liberty that is ruled by laws, and when those laws are broken, it is my job to stand up and represent those people who broke those laws. That's where my loyalties lie. Boy, I don't know, man. Come on now. That seems like a bad plan. Okay, so Donald Trump and Melania and J.D. Vance went to the Kennedy Center last night, and a reporter confronted J.D. Vance on Trump's hostile takeover of the Kennedy Center at a performance of Les Miserables. That's a stupid name for a play, Les Miserables. I mean, okay, I'm going to guess that was written by a foreigner because I think technically that should be fewer miserables. I mean, y'all thought that GD wasn't going to do nothing for me. I mean, come on now. I figured that out. Les Miserables. What the hell is that? We speak English in this country. That's got to be written by a foreigner. Les Miserables. What the hell? Anyway, Donald Trump said that Gavin Newsom should be thanking him for shaving his ass after 2 nights of quiet in Los Angeles. Trump says Gavin Newsom should be thanking him for... Martha! Donald Trump shaved Gavin Newsom's ass. Let me read that again. Trump says Gavin Newsom should be for saving. Sorry, I read that wrong. What's a Freudian slip? I don't know what that means. You'll tell me later? Okay. All right. Thanks, Martha. Trump says Gavin Newsom should be thanking him for saving Gavin Newsom's ass after 2 nights of quiet in Los Angeles. Yeah. Come on now. That city was burning. It was burning to the ground until Donald Trump called in the National Guard and the Marines. And the Marines and the National Guard put the fires out and saved that entire city. Gavin Newsom should absolutely be thanking Donald Trump for saving his ass. There we go. Here's a headline that initially caused me some confusion and made me a little bit uncomfortable. John Fetterman dines with Steve Bannon on wedding anniversary. And I was like, oh, Jesus, when did they get married? Because, it's like, Martha and I, we are in a biblical marriage. And we don't have anything against the queers, but I just, marriage is between one man and one woman. And then when I read that John Fetterman and Steve Bannon had dinner on their wedding anniversary, it was a poorly structured sentence. Okay. They had dinner on John Fetterman's wedding anniversary, and John Fetterman's wife, Gazelle, had dinner with them. And so it's like when you add in that, okay, yeah, then it makes sense. Okay. Pete Hegseth can't name the constitutional provision empowering Trump to send the Marines to Los Angeles while he was testifying during the Senate hearing. Of course not. Why would he want to disclose that provision to the radical leftist Marxist Democrats? They're just Trump haters. They hate Trump. They hate Trump, and they hate everything that Trump does. Why would Hegseth tell them that? Pete Hegseth also won't say whether or not he'll follow a court order. And you know what I say? It's like, you got to keep them guessing, man. You can't just lay out all your cards on the table. What kind of idiot does that? Because Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump they're playing 4D chess. Okay, come on now, 4D chess. It's like, why would you tell them now if you're going to obey a court order? Where's the fun in that? It's like, I guess I'll just give away the element of surprise right now. that don't make no sense, man. That's stupid. Another Pete Hegseth story. He sold stock just before the tariff announcement, and sold $550,000 worth of stock right before Donald Trump announced Liberation Day. That's just good business, man. You can't fault a cabinet member with inside information for just being a good businessman. It's like Donald Trump's a businessman, Pete Hegseth's a businessman, and I've heard that Pete Hegseth likes to have a good time every now and then, but apparently sometimes he likes to combine the two, okay? He likes to have a good time while doing business and being a businessman. And so then he's a businessman having a good time. That's right. There you go. Disarray as Republican senators get into a shouting match with Stephen Miller. Boy, I bet that didn't last long. Have you ever met a more masculine alpha male who just dominates? He dominates. He walks into a room, he just dominates. That's right. That's Stephen Miller. Come on now. That's Stephen Miller, man. And boy, but that guy, man, he is a real American. Apart from the bigotry and the racism and the anti-Semitism and the misogyny and the homophobia and the transphobia and the ableism, I heard he's got a thing against little people too. But whatever, man. He is an imperfect vessel, just like Donald Trump. He's an imperfect vessel, and God is acting on all of us through that imperfect vessel. That's right. Come on now. Israel launched a preemptive attack on Iran tonight, and boy, howdy, man, I can taste the freedom. I am so getting ready for the rapture. Me and Martha, you ready? We're getting ready for the rapture. I expect it to come sometime tomorrow morning around 11:45. We got it penciled in for 11:45. That gives us enough time to get in our morning walk, and go down to the diner and get our breakfast sandwich. And so it's like, we're going to get up tomorrow morning, we're going to go for our morning walk, then we'll go to the diner, get a breakfast sandwich, we'll get home in time, then we should have about 30 minutes before the rapture comes. So go Israel. Goddamn right. Okay, come on now. Quote of the day. I thought it was very nice that he did that. And that is President Donald Trump speaking about Elon Musk apologizing publicly to Donald Trump for his contentious tweets. Boy, howdy, man. Donald Trump just, Donald Trump spanked. He fucking spanked Elon Musk and brought that boy to heel. That's right. CNN's Scott Jennings. I mean, boy, howdy, man. That Scott Jennings on CNN, boy, I mean, he just strikes me as a real straight shooter, man. I mean, he's just like right down the middle, okay? You know, Scott Jennings, I mean, it's like he doesn't go to that side, he doesn't go to that side. He's just right up the middle every single time. That young man is just such a straight shooter, man. And it's like, you know how he's doing such a good job? It's like I heard that the people at the Bulwark, that Susan Longwell and that Tim Conway, they fucking hate this guy, man. They fucking hate Scott Jennings. That's like, they won't even sit in the green room with him. And that Tim Conway guy called him a fucking liar on live television. I mean, holy shitballs, man. But those are them anti-Trump libs. And that's how you know that Scott Jennings is doing a good job. He called California a failed state, even though it's the world's fourth largest economy. I mean, that don't mean nothing. They're a failed state. They got riots everywhere, man. They got riots everywhere. Rand Paul fucked up. Rand Paul fucked up, criticized something about Donald Trump, got uninvited to a picnic at the White House. I mean, he's a rhino. He got the shit kicked out of him by his own neighbor while he was riding a lawnmower. Who lets somebody sneak up on you when you're on a riding lawnmower? What the hell is that bullshit? We got another story from my favorite news source, the Babylon Bee. A crying baby on an international flight complained to flight attendants after being seated too near Greta Thunberg. Jesus Christ, can you imagine that? Flying across the ocean, sitting next to Greta Thunberg. The baby said to flight attendants, "Can you please move me to another seat? I can't hear myself think. This grown woman won't stop crying." Greta Thunberg, who recently made headlines for being rescued by Israel during an ill-advised trip to Gaza, said, "How dare you, baby? By breathing this air, you are hurtling the earth towards its doom. You are flying and not even thinking about how you are ruining the world for my generation. How dare you?" And then the baby throat chopped Greta Thunberg. Hang on a second. I'm a little itchy right now. Hang on. I got to get my donut pillow. Oh, okay. Oh, boy, howdy. Martha, I need my witch hazel wipes. That hemorrhoid's acting up. Thanks, baby. Okay. What do we got next? Can you get me a 7-Up, too? Thank you. All right. The Marines. Okay, so Donald Trump recently deployed the Marines to Los Angeles. 700 Marines from 29 Palms. And boy, howdy, wouldn't you know it. So, a news story from Los Angeles. Embattled law enforcement officers trying to keep violent protesters at bay now have to wait even a little longer as news broke that the U.S. Marines tanks had gotten stuck in traffic on the 405 freeway. Boy, howdy, I don't know if you ever been on the 405. I've only been down there one time. I ain't never going back to Los Angeles. That's a godless city full of heathens. Quote, "This is ridiculous. Come on, people, move it," shouted one Lance Corporal while poking his head out the top hatch of a tank on the 405. "We've been sitting here for 3 hours. I feel you, buddy. Okay, what's our next story? A former Ohio school counselor, a woman, sentenced to 3 years in prison after admitting to sex with a student. Let me see. We're not going to talk about that. I only cover these stories when the female teacher is hot, and this female teacher is not hot. She's not hot at all. We're not going to talk about that. Woke billionaire Walmart heiress sparks a MAGA uproar after funding a nasty anti-Trump ad about knockings. Wait, no, hang on. No kings. Sorry about that. No kings. The ad calls as a full-page ad in a New York Times. Is that a newspaper? That's a newspaper, Martha? Okay. That's a newspaper, so it's like a big, big ad. It's like, it's big. Okay. The ad calls on Americans to mobilize on Sunday, which is both Flag Day and Trump's birthday, and reject authoritarianism. Fuck you. We want authoritarianism. All right, so now well, shit. Okay. Are we boycotting Walmart? Where are we going to get all our shit? Can we just go to a different Walmart, Martha? That doesn't work? What the fuck are we going to do with that? Okay, never mind. We have a lovely, beautiful story out of Santa Monica, California. I think that's down by Los Angeles. I'm not sure. I don't know where the fuck Santa Monica. Okay. In a beautiful, tear-jerking moment, President Trump and Elon Musk were reunited on the shores of Santa Monica, jumping in the waves and laughing in each other's arms once more. Okay. The two splashed in the water and ran along the shoreline, giggling like a couple of young schoolgirls. It feels so right, said Musk, jumping again into Trump's waiting arms. This is where we belong. I'm home. I'm uncomfortable. Okay, RFK, boy howdy, man. RFK Jr., man, that's a fine young man right there. He has been in the news lately. RFK Jr. has been in the news. We got a headline from him in Washington, D.C. Federal health officials warn of mysterious infertility crisis among trans women. This is from Washington, D.C. U.S. health officials have noticed what appears to be this is also from the Babylon Bee, a growing crisis among trans women, rampant infertility. A very disturbing report shows that not one trans woman has ever successfully become pregnant. Old science. Okay, well, they'll figure that one out. Not a good look. Oh, we have an update on Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the gang member who got shipped out to CCOP prison in El Salvador. This headline, also from Babylon Bee, is called Not a Good Look. Kilmar Abrego Garcia traffics 7 kids into the United States on return flight from El Salvador. Oh boy, that ain't no good. Authorities stated that Kilmar Abrego Garcia arrived without incident in Tennessee today, only to quickly discover that he had trafficked 7 kids from El Salvador on the flight back to the U.S. Whoo, boy, could have done without that, said Garcia's defense attorney, Steve Ritten. Not making my job any easier, guys. Representative Jamie Raskin said, you can't go one flight without trafficking kids? You're killing me, Garcia. We have another amazing story out of Orlando, Florida. Headline, man really regrets getting his Trump-Musk back tattoo. Sources close to one local man said that the lifelong Republican was really regretting his Trump-Musk back tattoo that he got in January. According to Tommy Clay, getting the tattoo of President Donald Trump and Elon Musk's faces inside of a large heart facing each other on his back last week was a really unfortunate decision. I guess I really didn't think that one true, said Clay. I got inked right after the inauguration and everything seemed so great. Then things all blew up over the big, beautiful bill. I really thought they were going to be together for the long run. And now I can't go shirtless at the beach anymore without looking like a total idiot. This is even worse than my Kim and Kanye tattoo. Well, that's a shame. That's a shame. Donald Trump got all dressed up the other night and then asked Melania Trump if she would put on a baseball cap and talk to him about space and Mars to cheer him up. The president seemed to miss his friend with Elon Musk. They've had a recent falling out. Trump said to Melania, I know he's a little bit of a weirdo, but I do miss him. I'm not saying I was wrong. I don't say that. But he did entertain me around here, and I miss all of his space words. And I loved hearing about Diablo 4. I think that's a video game. I asked Melania just to put on that black baseball cap and talk to me about science and space and Mars to cheer me up. And she told me to fuck off. All right, we got Plan B for the riots in Los Angeles. Donald Trump is going to release one gorilla for every 100 rioters. So we will finally have an answer to that one gorilla versus 100 man thing. Donald Trump's going to test that in real time in the Los Angeles riots. Boy, howdy, man. I sure do love reading The Federalist and Molly Hemingway. I mean, you know, it's like every now and then when I'm reading Molly Hemingway, I will admit I do get slightly aroused in my protuberance. I mean, I'm just saying, no amount of Nancy Pelosi's revisionist history can erase her role in January 6th National Guard delay. Oh boy, that sounded a lot like Art Vandelay from Seinfeld with George Costanza. And she also wrote this. Trump said Biden aides used auto pen to commit crimes. Oh, God, stop it. Stop it, Molly. I can only take so much. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a crime to do that in this country, Donald Trump said. Well, number one, I really believe it was a crime because I don't think he knew what he was doing. I think that people took over the auto pen. They got things signed that shouldn't have been signed. He was getting a little agitated. If you go back and look a few years before, he wanted all the borders as tight as I did. And so they took over the White House and it was tight. These people took over. They're sick. And what they've done is terrible. And then he shit himself and fell asleep. Donald Trump is also going to send Stephen Miller to Los Angeles to act as a human repellent. He said, Pee Wee German, no one empties a room faster than Pee Wee German. He's like tear gas. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. We got a couple good ones here. I'm going to skip a couple of these. Donald Trump has issued an executive order immediately ordering the reversal of all vasectomies. Somebody installed a novelty car horn in Stephen Miller's car that just plays La Cucaracha over and over, and it sent him into a dissociative fugue state. In amazing news out of Beverly Hills, Donald Trump has issued another pardon this week. He has pardoned Tom Sandoval of the Vanderpump Rules. Thanks to President Trump, Tom Sandoval will finally be indemnified against all toxic Vanderpump Rules drama. The president understands that following your heart is not a crime. This was after Tom Sandoval cheated on his longtime girlfriend, Ariana Maddox, with Raquel Lebis. Okay. Let's see here. To hook up with a bottle service waitress after absconding to Las Vegas. If anything, it's Team Ariana that should be published. She was total bitch, and it's clearly just using all the free publicity to push her merch. Okay, there we go. Donald Trump's new FEMA chief, what's his name here? David Richardson. Apparently, recently he was confused by wind. How can I feel something but not see it? Then aides took him into a different room and got him some water. This next one, I'm going to read the headline, but not the story. Donald Trump shares his own experience as a victim of white genocide. I think we're going to take a pass on that. Let's close it out with this. We all heard about this last week. Donald Trump invites WNBA fans to the White House. Only those WNBA fans who yelled racial slurs at Angel Reese during a recent Chicago Sky game, where they got their ass kicked, but Angel Reese got 97 rebounds. Okay. Okay, then that wraps it up for this episode of the Cleetus News Network. I very much want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode and you would like to see more episodes of the Cleetus News Network, please click like, leave a comment, and I'm always open to story ideas in the comments if there are things that you would like me to talk about. Okay, I think I can get rid of my hemorrhoid pillow now. Boy, howdy, them witch hazel wipes really do. I should get Martha, I need a sponsorship deal with the Tucks. I need a sponsorship deal with the Tucks. Yeah, the witch hazel wipes. Yeah, let's get on that. Okay, all right. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. I'm Cletus P. Twatwaffle, signing off.